Hello, my name is Daniel Delginoyu, student ID 13433571, and I'm going to present the ERD now. It's formed from 12 tables, as we can see here. The first one is named faculty member, and the faculty member can have many reservations, but a reservation has just only one faculty member, so that's why a one-to-many relationship. Then a reservation may have several checkout forms. We say may because the reservation, if it's not if the faculty member won't do it anymore, it's not gonna happen. The checkout form will be completed, fully completed. As we can see, these two are not necessary unless the reservation is completed with a checkout form. So a TFBS employee will be written in the checkout form along with the trip completion form. So that means that the reservation is complete along with the checkout form. So an employee can have many checkout forms, but a checkout form will have only one employee. As with a trip completion form, it's a one-to-one relationship, as a trip completion form has only one checkout form, and one checkout form may have one trip completion form. Then a trip completion form has a bill, and a bill obviously has one trip completion form. So if a faculty member will do a reservation with several vehicles, that's why it's a composite primary key here. So let's say reservation ID 1 will have vehicle 1, can have vehicle 1, 2, 3, and 4. And each checkout form will have its individual trip completion form. Forward, we have the vehicle table. That obviously the vehicle can have multiple checkout forms, and a checkout form, a particular one with one reservation, for example, reservation 1 and vehicle 1, ID 1, it's one of the checkout forms, and so on and so on. So that's why it's a one-to-many relationship. Then a vehicle can have many maintenance log forms, but a log form will have only one vehicle at a time. Then a maintenance log form will have several maintenance detail forms throughout the year or the years. But a maintenance detail form will belong only to one maintenance log form. Then the maintenance detail form will have several parts uses form for each individual part. So for example, maintenance log form 1 with detail form 1 with parts 1. So 1 will be brakes, for example. It's one usage form, and then part 2 it's another one, and so on and so on. A parts department can have many parts usage forms, but a part usage form, because it's for each individual mechanic, will only have one parts department. So this parts department table will store the employees that are doing the services for the cars. And the parts obviously can be on many parts usage forms. As I said earlier, the parts usage form has only one part. So if several parts are needed, there's a field here for number of parts used. So that's why it's just one to many and many to one relationship. So this is the ERD. As we can see here, the completion date is not mandatory. That means that a maintenance log form is completed after the part usage form is stapled to the maintenance log and with a completion date. So the completion date will be part of the maintenance log. As we can see here, these four entities, these four fields, are not mandatory as well, because when the trip completion form is handed to the customer by the employee, so these fields will be filled as well, the start odometer will be taken from the vehicle table. So this odometer read from the vehicle table will be the start odometer, and when the trip completion form is handed back with an end odometer, then the vehicle, so when the end odometer is written in this table, the trigger is done so that the vehicle will be populated, automatically populate that particular vehicle. This ID here will match this ID here, and will have this end odometer written into the odometer read. So when the next trip completion form is handed, it will have this odometer as a start odometer. The bill value can be calculated by creating a view, for example, that links this table with trip completion form table, with checkout form table, with vehicle. So we can see how many vehicles are booked, reserved, and we have the mileage rate. So if we have, like, let's say vehicle 1 with the mileage rate 1, and we do the difference between end and start odometer, we get the price and we populate this value here. So this is the ERD. I'm going to present the CRUD now. So this is the CRUD. So when it first starts, it's like this. This is for the faculty member table only. So as we can see, we can create a new person, for example, test at Yahoo, a mobile number, and the department, let's say science. Create, we can see it automatically here. Now we have three actions here. We can read the information, for example this one that we just created. Going back, we can update it, test 1, 2, 3, for example, and 1, 2, 3 here, and 1, 2, 3 here, and 1, 2, 3 here. Update, as we can see it's updated, or update it, put it back. As we can see, we have some error violation as well. So if there's nothing there, or an invalid email is put in the email address space, it's not gonna do anything. So mobile number and science update. So we can see we have it here, and obviously we can delete a record. So we just press delete. Are you sure? Yes. Delete. Are you sure? Now it's gonna be the same. So this is the CRUD, and now I'm going to present the queries and commands. So the first one, display all available vehicles given on a date. We select the registration number from the vehicle, and then where the registration number is not, and we link the table's vehicle with the checkout form and with the reservation, and we put the condition that the date that we want to check if the vehicle is available is between departure and return date. So that means that the vehicle is not available. So sorry about that, the server was down for some reason. So okay, let's run this now. Okay, so if we have no rows here, that means that the vehicle is not available on that date. So let's put 18, for example, and we should get 3 results. Now, these are all available vehicles on this date. The next query is check if a particular vehicle has already been reserved on a given date. So basically it's the same one, but we add an extra constraint here, add registration number for this date. So on the 19, on the 20 we just checked it, there's no vehicle, so we shouldn't get a result. But on the 18 we should get the registration number. If we get a registration number, that means the car is available. Then for a particular vehicle, particular reservation, display the name of the department that has done it. This is an easy one. We just select the department from the faculty member, join it with the reservation table with a foreign key where reservation ID is, let's say 3. Just run it. The department is computer. If we put 1, for example, it's gonna be science. Then display how many vehicles each department has used so far. We create a view that will have the department field, ID reservation and ID vehicle from faculty member, and we just join reservation with checkout form and vehicle. So we run this, we created the view, then display the view. Okay, it's showing us that the science department has 1 vehicle, 1 reservation. Arts has 2 vehicle 2 and 1 reservation as well. Computing has 1 reservation that has 1, 2, 3, 4 vehicles. Vehicle 1, 2, 3, and 4, and another 2 reservations. So to do that, we select the department and count the rows from the view and group them by department, and that will count and give us just numbers. So 1 for arts, 6 for computing, and 1 for science. Moving forward, display the total mileage of a vehicle driven this year. Same principle, create a view, name check miles, put the fields, ID vehicle, odometer read, and so on and so on. From reservation, link the tables, and the start odometer is not null, because if it's null, that means the car never left the parking. And the year, we just strip the departure date and just get a year from that, from the date, the whole date, and it has to match 2016, for example, and then just put an ID vehicle here. If we're gonna run this and then see the view and select it by group it by ID vehicle, so we only have 1 result. And then we call a procedure that is called odometer. That it's not here. Let me show you the procedure. Not this one here. So this procedure called odometer will get an ID, so we can send this ID to the procedure and will give us the odometer. So it will give